Ugh! I'm alive. It's Heart Kingdom Day. As per usual. It's still gonna be it for a little bit longer. I think we should be done it by the end of the month, but I'm not 100% on that. But we're close. We're getting close. We'll see how I feel about what game I'm gonna play next. I know I want to play something shorter. I don't want to play something as long as this for my next game, because, you know, after you do a long game, you want to do something shorter. At least after I do a long game, I want to do something short. Because me. So yeah, that's the game plan right now. Let me take this down. Turn the audio for that back on to get rid of this image. You don't need that anymore. Turn off this music. Don't need that anymore. And then call them. Where's the button? There it is.
There we go.
Kingdom Shards.
Yeah, we're still on that. I forgot.
Yeah. It's Tron Revisit today. And that's the last revisit, I believe.
Yes.
So we are about done, honestly, other than, well, the end game. The end game's long, I know that.
Yeah, plus, depending on what, like, side stuff we wind up doing.
Well, my plan right now is probably, well, I don't think I'll start Endgame today, because Endgame is long. I got confused because I saw Land of the Dragons, and I forgot that last time we wrapped up, because I was in Mermaid, I went over here just so I could fucking go somewhere to save.
Yeah.
I confused. For a second I was like, oh no, did I lose my save file? For like a second. I'm stupid.
Man, who could have ever seen we get, like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4?
I think it's really funny that, and by the way, this is good news, but I think it's really funny that basically Microsoft, like, was like, it feels like they were going through the office, like, okay, let's look at some of these projects that you guys had. Hey, what's this almost finished fucking Tony Hawk 3 and 4? Yeah, are you guys still working on this? No, we were told to go work on Overwatch. Why?
I can guarantee you nobody was told to ever go work on Overwatch.
No, they were actually thrown on Overwatch. I think it's Vicarious Visions that worked on, the remake of 1 and 2, and they were
they got turned into COD miners.
Oh, they were COD miners. Okay.
Yeah, they were thrown to COD.
Yeah,
That's what I say, they don't.
It's the two. Activision had the two routes. You either get thrown to COD or you got thrown to Overwatch.
No, Overwatch does not get like a whole bunch of new developers, believe it or not. Like, it gets very little, even though it's like still one of their most profitable games. It's weird.
Actually, they did
like,
get the Toys for Bob's people. They did, one of them of Toys for Bob and them. One was thrown to the Overwatch mine. The other one was thrown to the COD mine.
I mean, I think they were both thrown to COD because you know.
No, one of them was thrown to Overwatch.
I'll check.
But either way, it's funny that they're like, wait, hold on. Which is weird for Microsoft to do that, because Microsoft usually doesn't do that. They also love killing random projects for the fuck of it. So I'm fucking shocked.
Okay, so Vicarious Visions weren't moved into the COD mines, but they were moved into Diablo mines instead.
Oh, Diablo mines. Okay.
So they worked
on... right company, wrong game, or right division, I should say.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Overwatch has never had extra assistance. It's in the same boat as Hearthstone, in that even though it's like massively successful and popular, one of their like best like running concurrent games, they treat it like dog shit. Like in terms of numbers and revenue. Why support the thing that makes you money? That
sounds silly, but it is funny though that. Microsoft's usually just as guilty of this, but they're the ones who resurrected it, and they're just like, alright, add the Doomslayer.
I think they're just fucking desperate to have something come out, because, like, after Indiana Jones, like, there's not a whole lot else on, like, Microsoft's Horizons.
True.
Which is bizarre for a company that owns, like, so many IPs, like... isn't there a new Halo due at some point? Like, I know they've announced, or they've threatened to announce a new Halo, or they have announced a new Halo, and it's just not come out.
I forgot all about the last Halo game, to be honest with you.
I feel like most people did. I'm pretty sure people didn't like the last Halo game, and it was
From
the
what I
1-2
understood,
punch
yeah.
of of Halo being of the new Halo being a bad game, followed by the Halo show being a bad show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the reverse, a reverse of literally like what happened with Sonic last year of good game and good movie pop out.
Yeah.
Which just like for like a one-side like little joke tangent on here, which is why I thought it was really funny when I saw someone post that is going, Sega should pump the brakes on Sonic and focus on Phantasy Star Online.
Why?
Exactly.
Sonic's like fucking had a renaissance, and we're back in the saddle of people going, actually, 3D Sonic games were good.
Yeah. And, like, people are genuinely excited for Crossworlds.
Like, well, yeah, they'll pump the brakes on their mascot character who's finally...
While it's hitting a really, like, big stride it hasn't had in a very long time.
And especially since, like, Mario just doesn't exist at the moment.
Yeah, there hasn't been a Mario in a while.
Like, the last sort of...
Outside of, like,
Mario
remakes of, like, spin-off
like,
games.
the last, like... new Mario game, not counting like Party and Kart, and let's be fair, you can't.
Oh wait, no, there was
Kart.
World like 3 years ago. I think it was World. Not World. Wonder.
Oh yeah, Wonder.
Which was really good. I really liked Wonder.
But the point is, it's like Mario's. Oh, Sabo is busy. Well, not any of us expected him to show up today.
Honestly, he's more like a it's like a shiny Pokemon. You get him every now and then. You'll see him.
He's, when we play, it's like, the gacha. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get the ultra rare Sabo, other times you get the dirt common Train and Dan.
Tsubaki again!
Fuck this game. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, we know Microsoft's always has been in a weird state of, they obviously have too much money to fail, but they're failing.
Yeah.
So they'll never fail, but it's hard for them to ever justify like Xbox and anything that's been going on as anything other than a failure.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where there were like, you could argue from like generation from like PS3 and PS4 like eras, like there was no real winner in console wars. It was just a different it's just which side you picked.
Wait, for which era?
PS3 and PS4.
Oh, well, the PS3 era wasn't it the Wii that won that one out?
Yeah, but I mean in terms of Xbox v Microsoft, because it's like a different, different type of battle.
Well, what was it with the PS3 era? PS3 was getting jobbed throughout most of the era until like the very end, and they started picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
PS4 was them kind of beating the shit out of Xbox.
Well, the thing is, between like the series, whatever that it was, they were mostly equal. But then like PS5 and whatever series we're on now, it kind of says a lot. It's impossible to keep track of Microsoft's like Xbox branding. Like as obvious as it is, like going like PlayStation 1 to 5, it's like, yeah, okay, you can track it, and then it's like, so okay, you need to have the Xbox. Then there's the 360, okay, and then there's the Xbox One, okay, and then there's the Series X and the Series S, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like like at least with other than like the Wii U with Nintendo, it's like, okay, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, like they all have like a different name where it's like, okay, this is the new one. I think Switch is just being called Switch 2, which I think is the right call to do, to be honest.
Yeah, because the Switch is like their is like one of their best, like, if not overtaking the Wii, it's like a close second.
And not getting cute like they did with the Wii U by calling it the Wii U. People know, oh, 2, this is the second one, this is the upgrade one.
But also they're like not throwing in a stupid gimmick like a, extra like $200 or $150 like controller you absolutely need.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, have the Switch, and now we're gonna have the better Switch.
And while it works, it definitely was cumbersome, and that thing was also prone to stick drift.
Yeah. And then also it's just an awkward system to develop for, especially if you're like looking at porting stuff.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I might do, depending on how much time we have after Tron, I might just fuck around in Pooh Land, because why not? Just to kill time.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those weeks where, you know, you don't really want to talk about the stuff you actually want to talk about. That's what we usually say for off.
Oh, yeah. I think 'cause things have gotten more real, so...
Where's the egg price going in these days?
I did not check.
Damn.
Ow. I mean, I can tell you a can of raviolis is $1.49. Like a 14-ounce can. I don't know how to translate that into the metric, which I agree is a better system. It's what I have in front of my face is what I have in front of my face. Because I can't I can translate a centimeter into meters and all that shit very easily because it's a simple, sensible system versus this shit.
I mean, I guess just addressing like elephants in the room. Trade wars, man.
Yep.
Have fun.
I'm not.
I mean, we've kind of said before.
What a weak
basically,
little fucking angry orange. Anyway.
Well, I mean, we've said this before, and like every economist in the world has basically said it, and the tariffs are not really a tariff on another country; they're a tax on the consumer.
Yep.
That's just pure fact. Like, if MAGA voters really want to pay like an extra 2K in tax, that's on them, you know. That they want that leopard to eat their face. That's cool. That's fine with me.
Yeah, they also would like to have the measles.
Oh yeah, you have had like the first fatality to measles in like 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. If only there was some way you make that easily and provably preventable.
If only. Damn shame. There's no way. No way
well, it's
at
okay
all.
Because it's okay, Dan, because you're encouraged to raise chickens yourself in order to cope with egg prices. So, you know, keeping a bunch of chickens in close proximity to humans, that will definitely help with the whole avian flu problem.
Yes.
And definitely won't, like, lead to higher probability of avian flu jumping over to humans, which is the actual serious problem that we're all really that people have been concerned about for years. That'd be ridiculous.
That sounds crazy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's that woke liberal mindset of mine.
Fucking woke.
You know
woke
me,
mind virus.
Yeah, that's my fault, because if only I knew what woke meant.
Don't worry.
I don't know what it means, but I don't like it.
Don't worry. They don't know what it means either.
And of course no one knows what it means, because let's be fair, it doesn't mean anything, really.
Oh no, it's whatever I don't like.
Whatever original meaning it might have had in context is so divorced from context, because it basically exists just to be the hot button topic, you know, to demonize people for the sake of demonizing it, so that populist politicians can then like sell you shit like, I'm raising your taxes by $2,000, but boy howdy am I not woke.
Listen, you gotta worry about the other.
If it means anything.
Worry about the other. Don't worry about me.
Man, though, if just did you watch Trudeau's speech about the reciprocal tariffs?
No, I have not.
If he did more speeches like that and a little bit less blackface, he'd probably be prime minister still by the end of the year.
Probably.
Just a little bit less blackface, Trudeau. If only he delivered the speech while in blackface.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I will say it was fucking hilarious watching, like, the Fox News clip, because they had, like, the window, like, showing you the markets.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And you just see in real time the...
Oh, yeah, watching the like, every time Trump would say the shit, just watching the Dow go, BOOM! God, I saw that after I was done work yesterday, and I was like, holy fuck. But, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb.
Shit sucks, man.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's bad, but it's good, because it's the one thing that actually does shake the house of cards. Because like we've seen with the egg prices, like, people are mad about egg prices because they just keep going up in spite of what Trump says.
I see what you're saying.
And it's like, because you know, things like ethnic cleansing or fighting up or standing against authoritarian regimes, they're all like very important subjects, but for the general public, that's all stuff that they just don't really think about.
It doesn't affect
they only
them.
care what happens in their day-to-day lives, as we kind of see with like government and federal workers who are complaining, wow, I voted for Trump and then I got kicked out. It's like,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it is that, yeah.
He said he was going to do it.
Yeah, because that's just how unfortunate a lot of people are. Where until it hits their wallet, they don't care.
I mean, not to draw parallels to a certain European country at a certain period of time, but there is that famous poem about first they came for the trade unionists, or.
I mean, we don't have to say it by name.
What I mean.
Oh no,
I mean.
It's something that I was thinking about when this whole fucking shit started, and I don't use that shit lightly.
Was more the fact of that attitude of, well, is that things come to other people and I don't say anything, and then of course when it comes to you, well, there's no one left to say anything. So yeah, you just see a bunch of people who did vote for like.
Or it's like or if you want the modern equivalent, the leopard eating face party thing. Or face-eating leopard party, whatever it was called again.
People voting for the leopards that eat faces, and then they're like, I didn't think they'd eat my face. It's like,
I mean, actually, is a good example of how that happens a lot, and this is a non-serious example. Was from Reddit, of all fucking places. So, this was back when Endgame.
Oh, it's just the fan.
Yeah, the Thanos snap.
Nothing wrong, people.
So. Yeah. There was a thing where they're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, I agreed to Thanos snap, and they're like, okay, well, how about this? How about we do a Thanos snap here? Yeah, and we'll get rid of 50% of the users at random.
Yeah.
Just like Thanos. And like, yeah, do it. And then they got Thanos snapped, and you're like, what? What do you mean I got Thanos snapped?
I don't think it happened to me.
Yeah.
It's that general attitude, and then we wind up in situations like this.
It's just a pure apathy.
And, I mean, it's also relevant because it's still an ongoing thing, but Trump's already backed down and said, I'm not imposing the tariffs on Mexico for another month. And I'm like, what is this game? Because it's like, I can't really work out his strategy, because it's like, why bother announcing tariffs if then 2 days later you go, actually, I thought about it, and I've looked at the markets, and I'm saying, maybe not this month. Then it's like, then you look super weak.
And also, I don't know why I really don't know why he's doing it, because what happens every time he does this stupid bit is that then the auto manufacturers come up to him and like, listen, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, then like experts come and point out, oh yeah, the automotive industry will collapse in like 6 to 8 weeks if you do this.
Like, every time he does this, like fucking like Ford and Chevy are calling him up like, yo, what the fuck, stop it.
Yeah, but then it's just baffling, because then it's like, okay, so you're not enacting the tariffs, now you're backing down, so then you just look weak, and it makes Trudeau look really strong, because Trudeau had this really lengthy fucking speech where he called out Donald and said he's a bit, well, he was, with a little cheeky grin and a bit of a sarcastic tone, he said, I know you're a smart man, but this is dumb.
It's,
it says a lot when, like, as I said, it makes Canada look insanely strong, because they've all united and said, oh no, we'll fucking, you know what? You want to fight? We'll fucking fight. And then Trump's gone. Okay.
I will say it's done wonders for the EU getting together and doing shit together.
Wonders for Canada. Like it's kind of insane. There was a massive political divide in Canada between the left and the right that had been forming because of the years of Trudeau's premiership, and what was looking to be a massive defeat for Trudeau's party, it's now looking like in the polls wise they're going to form a coalition government.
Yeah,
which is, as I said, it's done wonders for bringing Canada together and uniting everybody on both sides to say fuck America.
Yeah, and they're right. As an American, they're right.
Well, yeah, because tariffs are dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I say that it's stupid of Canada to impose retaliatory tariffs, because that's just a crux on you. That's just a crux, tax on their people. What they should do is they should just increase the wholesale price, because, America doesn't manufacture a lot of the goods they get from Canada. So where else are you gonna fucking go?
Right.
It's like, 99% of your gas comes from Canada. Well, it'd be a shame if that price doubled. And then it's like, yeah, then you doubly hurt America. And, you know, we're already having a lot of warning signs about potential economic crashes, which, you know, I don't want to talk up the markets because obviously I'm talk down the markets because obviously I'm super influential in my opinions. And if I say the markets are going to crash, then they'll crash. But,
oh, this just in, they just crashed?
The warning signs are there.
Oh, it's going to.
Housing market's not looking great.
Nope.
Obviously, you know, we've had 2 straight days of all 3 of the stock markets trending down. Crypto's fucking crashed. Holy shit!
Who could have foreseen that one?
I think they've lost like something like $2 trillion in the months in like the almost 2 months since Trump took office. It's crazy.
Which is funny considering this is the pro-crypto administration.
It's almost like crypto's a horrible, horrible scam that is a purely speculative market and has no way to actually grow. People aren't scamming you.
Yep. It's a piece of shit. I've been saying that since it fucking emerged.
We'll be there soon.
I mean, so have you, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
We both were like that. This is stupid. Do not get into crypto.
Fundamentally, I don't understand why it's legal. Like, I mean, I know why it's legal because, you know, Trump and billionaires control and billionaires have disgusting amounts of influence on politics and courts.
Yep.
On the bright side, at least the Tates are going down again.
Finally.
DeSantis has decided he's in his "I don't like Trump" phase again. So he's open cases against the Tates. After they mysteriously, with no pressure from the US government, what are you talking about, managed to fly back to Florida.
Yep.
But it's okay, because they're now under investigation in Florida. So, maybe they'll finally learn that they can't go anywhere to escape justice.
But,
I do like when Tristan gets real mad, because he's like, no bank will let me open an account! It's all a conspiracy! I'm like, I guess it's a conspiracy in the sense that you literally open accounts under false names in order to launder money, and the banks know this, and they say, we're not going to allow you to use our establishments to launder money with your obviously fake account.
The only banks that let you do that are Russian banks.
Can't trade with them though.
No.
Well, I'll give it a few weeks.
Well, no, give it a few weeks. Considering we have a Putin puppet in office right now. Well, I have a Putin puppet in office, not you.
You know, I will say, I did like that JD Vance went on a ski holiday and protesters disrupted it. I'm not saying, I'm glad nothing happened to his family. I'll specify.
Yeah.
But, you know,
inconvenience them is fun.
Glad he also didn't get to have a good time.
Yeah, no, I agree, fully.
I'd never advocate for violence against JD Vance, but I'm also not going to say, oh, what a tragedy.
Same. By the way, I do like the memes that have been going around where they've been fucking with his already weird-looking face. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. They're funny. But let's be absolutely fair here. JD Vance is a spineless, dickless weasel, and the only reason he has any clout, shall we say, is because he's precisely so spineless and weaselly that Trump knows he'll never betray him because he's just nobody likes him.
Yeah. I will say though, he looks like if you looking at his face, he looks like every other serial killer character you'd see on like one of those murder TV shows.
I mean, if we're saying that, he looks like a child molester character.
You mean you're right? Hey, wait, 2 things can be true.
True. I'm sure there's lots of serial killers who also molest children. We don't discriminate here on that sense.
on debt or disgrace, you can be disgraced in more ways than one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Also, you know, I'm actually kind of surprised at, which does remind me. I'm surprised that nobody's taken a class action lawsuit against YouTube/Google for ads.
Since I'm dumb, go on.
Well, because we know that there are ads, like, it's provable provable that there are ads that are straight up just pornographic on YouTube, like adult content that can be seen by minors.
I've seen one that I'm pretty sure is a fucking scam.
Oh, there's also scams.
Because like, there was an ad for that I saw once for a quote-unquote ad blocker thing, and I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah.
That's a scam.
You've got scam ads, you've got definitely pornographic ads that, you know, the kind of stuff you couldn't actually put in a YouTube video without it getting taken down.
Yeah, I couldn't
like
put I couldn't put a thumbnail of a man's bulge.
Yeah, and like, you know, you've got ads for but you got ads for like targeting people with gambling addictions. And I'm genuinely surprised considering minors get the not safe for work ads. Because YouTube algorithm is fucked and they don't ever bother to actually police the you know, advertisers.
Nope.
I'm amazed there's been no class action lawsuit because little Timmy got to see some Bush before, you know, he was emotionally prepared.
Yeah, and this isn't even in 2008. He hadn't seen a Bush yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did make a bad pun.
It's fine. Whoever thought back then we'd be nostalgic for George W. Bush?
I hate the idea that I'd be like, you know what, I'd rather have Bush. Not that he was good, he was awful, but God!
You just look at a picture of Bush and Forlorn.
It's
like,
the fucking, it's the fucking Wolverine meme!
Oh, we know what the thumbnail is!
Shit, I gotta make a thumbnail. I haven't done a thumbnail in ages. Shit! God damn it! Imagine like and it's the only one in the Kingdom Hearts one that has a thumbnail, and it's that, and it'll make no goddamn sense.
Yeah, they'd have to watch the video to find out. It's engagement down. Also, we could promote and say, yeah, you should watch YouTube with an ad blocker if you could get.
Yeah, I'd block it. Like I'd block it. If you're watching this VOD, if you were watching this VOD, first off, I don't get paid anyway. But even if I did, fucking turn on the ad blocker.
Yeah, because here's the thing, right? Even the FBI says that ad block is basically a necessity in modern internet age.
Yeah, because a lot of like not even just the stuff we were talking about, but there's also a lot of viruses and other security problems with it. Use an ad blocker, genuinely.
And YouTube solution is, well, you'd have to buy YouTube Premium. I'm like,
no.
Can you get like could you at least get like a family plan so that also covers like kids? Because, you know, I don't want if I say how have my nieces over, I don't want them to see anything that might be untoward on YouTube because they don't police their ads, and we know they don't police their ads because there's countless videos exposing terrible ad practices that YouTube responds and says, no, these are fine.
Yeah.
We looked at we looked at your complaint and we decided that because they gave us a lot of money, that makes it okay.
See, your complaint is valid and all, but this money though.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money we got here? That's a lot.
This also comes from the company that felt the need to get rid of its slogan of "Do no evil," which to me just means you're doing some evil.
Evil is their one and only game.
Anything more evil than Google? Well, okay, there's a lot of things more evil than Google, but one of them is the American healthcare system.
Yes!
As we all know. More evil than Dr. Eggman.
Listen, I'm just saying if my choices were the Eggman Empire or staying in America, I would join the Eggman Empire.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be enslaved to just service robots, but honestly, I feel like Eggman would give you free healthcare.
It'd be an improvement.
I think Eggman would appreciate that having a healthy population is better than having a destitute population.
Also, a theme park.
Yeah. But I mean, man, I hope Luigi gets off on a technicality.
It would be nice, but
you think of all the vile pieces of shit, you know, the women who murdered their children, or O.J. Simpson who get off on pure technicalities. I hope Luigi does. He deserves it.
I hope so.
He fought the good fight. He won't, but
I doubt it, because the one difference between him and OJ is he's not someone who's in power.
Different.
OJ at the time was a celebrity with a lot of money.
The difference between him and OJ is he didn't kill
And
he killed a rich guy,
instead
a
of
rich white man.
instead of just a lady.
I mean, OJ killed a black woman. That's like what
yeah.
that's what LA cops do every
They're
other week.
like, oh man, you did it too. Oh, we're so much alike. Anyway, let me just cover this up real quick. We're gonna put some. We'll put some.
Yeah,
We'll put some cocaine in her pocket. So she killed herself.
I mean, man, if I think the LA cops could have just stopped being racist for like 5 minutes, they could have actually got the conviction. Just 5 minutes, guys.
I hate that when you said that. My brain just like played like just the animation of Shrek yelling at Donkey for 5 minutes.
Can you not be LA cops? Can you not be... Yes, the other thumbnail. We'll get to have Donkey with a police badge.
You know what? I think that's even funnier. Because it's even more nonsensical. Because at least the other one, it's like, okay, they were talking a lot of politics today. This one, it's like, why? Why just Donkey have a police badge?
You know, I wouldn't even be feeding the algorithm because of Shrek 5 or whatever. I don't know, I didn't watch the trailer. People were talking about it. I don't care.
I watched, I think it's, I think I watched, if it's what everyone saw, I think I watched it. Looks alright. It doesn't really tell me much other than I see they slightly tweak the designs a little bit. That's about it. And people were mad about it, and I'm like, they look fine. I don't, like, they look like the characters. It's not like they had like an actual like massive redesign. It's just like a little bit rounder in the face. That's it.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
I've seen a screenshot.
I'm like, man, this is like the Sonic fan base complaining because the Sonic's quill color is slightly the wrong shade of blue.
Mm.
You see, the quills aren't pointed in the exact right direction for my personal tastes.
Hey, man. Complaining Sonic fans got us good movies, so...
You know what? Actually, one thing though, that is true. But one thing you cannot fault the fan base for is their dedication, considering the fact that they fucking made a... They said, oh, you're not gonna do it? Fine, we'll do it ourselves, and made their own fucking port of Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's kind of crazy. And Sonic Unleashed is just an okay game, so...
I mean, the fucking dedication to basically rebuild the entire Sonic 06 in... to rebuild Sonic 06 and make it, you know, playable.
I don't know if that's finished or not yet, but it's still... The fact that they're...
I mean, I think they've at least done up to the Silver campaign. I don't know if they've done the final
I should look
fight.
into that, because honestly, if they do that, I would not mind doing a stream of Sonic 06 fan remake. Because that would be interesting to experience.
I said I'm pretty sure they've done the 3 Hedgehog campaigns. I just don't know if they've done the final.
If it's finished, I'll do that. Fuck, I'll make that the next thing. Because that could be interesting to experience. Because I played the original one because it's funny. But it would be interesting to just play it where it works.
Mm.
And like see where things that they were doing, where I could maybe see where things that they were doing were actually good if they had fucking time to develop it.
Yeah. I will say, going back to Tony Hawk though, I'm kind of hopeful. If 3 and 4 does well, I'm hopeful we'll get like a Thug remake.
Oh, that would be nice. I would love a Thug remake.
It is probably the best. Like,
I'm not gonna ask for
Tony
2.
Hawk
Not.
game.
I'm not gonna ask for 2. That's nah. As much as I like 2 more than 1, probably not. Not now. Probably not something that we could ever see. Unfortunately.
I mean, I don't think anybody involved's cancelled.
I know. Well, I think Bam's in prison.
Oh, that doesn't count for anything. He could be president.
Like I know he kind of went. Well, you know what? I was gonna say he went nuts, and I was like, wait, no, that's still I could still be president. Because I know I know when Dunn died, he
took it hard, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's no joke here. This is just sad. I'm not making fun of Bam at all here. It's just sad, like, genuinely.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be clear. I am not taking the piss. Like, this is just actually just very sad, and I feel bad for the guy.
I mean, yeah, there's not a whole lot else to say. Like,
yeah.
The pretty awful thing that happens, and obviously some people just do not cope when things like that happen.
Yeah, it's hard, and because I was essentially his brother. Like
yeah.
Like I said, this isn't This isn't haha make fun of celeb time. No, this is just sad. This is not funny.
There's a difference when you have like celebs who are just arrogant assholes who get a taste of their own comeuppance, and then someone who like very clearly had like mental health problems anyway.
Like, was he an arrogant asshole? Yes, but only like in the way that was just him doing dumb shit, and that's it. Not even like evil shit.
I mean, he was a dumb rich kid.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
You know, we all know. But the difference is that like he also clearly had like mental health problems anyway.
Yeah.
Like compiling that on with and then his friend like died tragically.
Yeah.
It's like there's a difference between like that and say like here's what some billionaire has done. Here's like Elon Musk paying someone to hype up his account so people think he's really good at Path of Exile 2.
It's a video game, bro. Why are you doing this?
You're the richest man in the world. Why do you care? Why don't you just buy Path of Exile 2?
You know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe money really doesn't buy happiness. Like Jesus.
I mean, it clearly doesn't, because he's clearly a pretty miserable guy if he has to feel the need to get validation from #gamers.
Yeah, like, who gives a fuck what gamers think? Like, come on, I don't. Fuck them.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, I guess maybe he's just angry about his, like, transgendered child who he hates and hates him.
Yeah, he really does hate his kid. Like, really. Also, he's got a weird, like, birthing kink. It's really weird.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
I mean, what, did he share that on Main? You never share your kinks on Main. You always use incognito mode for your backup account so people can't track your IP.
I guess so we know that Elon Musk's favorite Jedi is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hold, pump and dump.
Yeah. I mean, look. Look, Anakin, it's fine to fuck her. It's fine to impregnate her. Just, don't love her.
What's wrong with you? Just pump and dump, like your old pal Kenobi.
Anakin, hoes come after bros.
Anakin! Bros before hoes!
Honestly, if Anakin had stuck with the bro code, we could have solved a lot. We could have avoided a lot of problems.
Right?
Although maybe if like any of those movies had ever actually made them friends.
You're like a brother to me!
When? For every scene of them across like 3 movies is either Obi-Wan never speaks to him in the first one, and then the second one, every scene with them is like, oh my god, Anakin, you're such a fucking failure and I hate you.
Anakin, I fucking hate you! You're like a brother to me!
And in the third one, there's like one scene where Obi-Wan's like, no, I'll go fight Grievous. I'm sure you can like hold down the fort here and do whatever it is you do. Don't burn the place down, Anakin.
Don't burn the place down, you fucking failure!
And then he comes back and it's like, you had one job. One fucking job.
God.
I told you not to burn the place down, Anakin, so now I'm burning you down!
No!
Yeah.
God.
Well, that's at least the fun thing about the prequels. They feel a lot more fun to make fun of than the sequels do.
Well, there's a lot, like, there's the dialogue's more fun. There's a lot of like little fun quirks, and like you can see where ideas that they had, like you can see like little things like, okay, I see what you're going for here. I can see the vision. Just the execution here was just bad. Where with the sequel trilogy, there was no vision. There was nothing.
Somehow, Palpatine has returned.
Like, it had no vision, no idea. And I know that sounds pretentious, but you need to have some idea of what especially when your idea is that we have a 3-arc plot of 3 movies, you need to have an idea of where you're going with it, when you clearly did not, and you just were kind of winging it.
Listen, I feel like you can sum up all of the problems with, you can sum up a lot of the problems with just the words, somehow Palpatine has returned.
God.
Like, that's the extent of how did the main villain come back from the literal death. He was thrown into the fucking core of the Death Star and then it exploded.
Hey, Uncle Palpy's back!
How, and it's like, it's just somehow he's come back. Okay,
Clones!
I mean, I do think the whole line in Last Jedi where the guy like licks the ground is like it's salt, as he basically looks to the camera just to tell you that they're not on Hoth. It's not Hoth anyway, on Hoth.
That's a good way to poke fun at specifically that movie, where it's trying to be different, but it really isn't that different.
I mean, I still think the best thing you could the funniest thing about that movie is when they then try and do this whole thing of like telling you, man, isn't it a shame how the rich people like hoard all the wealth and push the common man down because they can just enjoy themselves in this super like grandiose and fucking stupid like casino planet while all those poor people just suffer. And I'm like, sorry, Disney, how much money are you worth at this time? I mean, obviously not how much the money they're worth now, but
That's a recurring thing though in there's a lot of plots like that from major corporations, which is
yeah, I know.
funny.
And it always rings hollow where you're like trying to say, man, doesn't it suck that all of the wealth is controlled by a very few number of people? Yeah, are you gonna do anything about it? No. I'm just saying, doesn't it suck? They're rubbing our faces in it.
Haha! Take my mousy taint! Haha!
Effectively.
Eat it, fucko! Wait a minute. Yes! I decided I wanted to use the limit form and beat these things up.
Ah, good. Well, it does good damage. The main point is that you can use it without Donald and Goofy, so even if one of them's down.
Yeah, Goofy was down, and I was like, I need to use a drive now, because I was getting kind of pummeled by these, those purple Tron enemies that are annoying. So I was like, alright, I want to form, and I was like, well, Goofy's down, I can't turn into Valor. I have Tron here, I can't use, the mage form. Well... I need to heal. I need to heal so bad. I do not like these purple enemies in Tron World. They're annoying.
Oh yeah, they're big and tough.
Yeah, they're big, tough, they do a lot of damage. They're kind of annoying to dodge.
Oh, did we talk about that Super Saiyan cannon again?
God damn it. I died. What were you saying?
So did we talk about Super Saiyan 4 being canon? I forget.
No, I don't think we did talk about it. But I did see that Super Saiyan 4 is canon.
Super Saiyan 4's canon, anyway. Wait for it to come out in Sparking Zero in like 6 months.
At least 6.
Oh, I'm gonna shut my window.
But yeah, no, I think that's cool. I'm like, oh, cool. I do like how a lot of people are like, okay, but how does this? But can they explain the power scaling people like getting to their board? And I'm like, maybe you guys should stop power scaling Dragon Ball. I think that was the final fuck you from the boy before he died.
I'm back, sorry.
Oh, so saying it's like I do think it's funny that like the very specific group of like Dragon Ball fans are like, but how does this fit in power scaling timeline? I'm like, guys, maybe you should stop caring about power scaling, and that was his final fuck you before he died.
Oh, I mean,
he gave Vegeta one final fuck you by making that canon after Vegeta got a new form, which is funny.
I mean, I think it's just the same thing as it is with everything with Toriyama. It's like try to pull or bring stuff together in a cohesive narrative, in like a cohesive line, or work out power scaling. It's like it's just what Toriyama wants to do in the moment.
And Toriyama's like, yeah, like Dragon Ball runs on two things. It runs on rule of cool and rule of funny. Rule of funny always trumps rule of cool. I'm going to tell you that right now. Whatever Toriyama thinks is funny will always beat out rule of cool, because that's how Toriyama worked. And therefore, that's how it works in Dragon Ball.
We'll see.
But this is also why stuff like Tien being able to hold back semi-perfect style happened. Why it happened? Because he thought it would be cool. That's it.
Yeah, because this was back when he was pretending that Tien was in the show. He's certainly no Super Saiyan.
Well, that's anybody who, that's pretty much anybody, though, in the series. If you're not a Saiyan at a certain point, you're just kind of screwed. If you're a Piccolo, yeah, you won't do a big thing, but you will do cool shit. because you're also his favorite character.
At least Piccolo got a movie.
He did. It was a good movie too. I actually think Superhero is my favorite of the Dragon Ball movies. Like, I will say one thing about Superhero, it does have the best 3 films, but it also has one of the worst films, which is the Frieza film.
Yeah. Well, I don't know many people who like Resurrection F.
Yeah, actually, I think about it, I was like, is there anybody I know of? And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I know any.
Nothing else, they all accept that it is the weakest of the 4 movies.
Yeah,
The 4 movies.
if you count
Battle of the Gods.
I count Battle of the Gods, so for me, it's like, I like, so, for my order for the Super movies, and honestly, actually, this point for the Dragon Ball movies, for, like, my top 3, it's Superhero, Broly, Battle of Gods.
Fair.
Because I do like the character writing and shit in the basic plot of Superhero more. While yeah, the fighting isn't as good as Broly, the other parts were just a little bit more important to me though. So I like that a little bit more. Not that, and Broly, especially on rewatches, one thing that's kind of, that makes it annoying is getting through all of the past stuff to get to the modern stuff. Like getting through all like the background of Planet Vegeta and all that. Which is important for the movie, but when you know it and if you're rewatching it, is a little annoying. But, still a really good movie. It's just, I don't think it's as... It does lose its luster a bit because of the first part on rewatches.
And also Vic Mignogna.
True. But, and then Revival of F just isn't very good. Does it have cool action sequences? Yeah, but it's whatever.
Really, I think that's the worst action sequence of all 4 movies.
Of all 4, yeah, it does. But I'm just saying, does it have, like, good ones in general? I mean, yeah. If I'm, like, going through, like, just the movies of the series, but the actual, like, plot of it isn't really good, and it's just... It's a thing I've been, like, staunchly against them repeatedly bringing back Frieza. I don't like it.
Come on!
Frieza was... Yeah. I feel like every time he's brought back, and yeah, I know he's got a new, stronger form, and he's stronger than them right now, but I feel like Frieza's returns always diluted the effectiveness of what he was when he first showed up.
Same with any supervillain, right? Like, after you have, like, your big final battle, you know... with anything, then any kind of like return is always going to be, any kind of return is like more than likely going to be diminishing returns. Like yeah, you can have characters you can have villains who will like show up, but when you like have your big okay, like this is the end of this fight. This is like they are fully defeated. Like a good like one of the best examples is like Norman Osborn as Green Goblin. You know, after the night that Gwen Stacy died, and when he dies, it's like yeah, like anytime he's returned since then, it's just been a fucking wet fart compared to what he was.
It also doesn't help too, is that the tone feels so fucking weird with Frieza, considering what he was and what he did. So like then you get to when they bring him back, when they bring him back the second time after the tournament, and then he does his shit with Broly. And they're just like, okay, okay, we stopped Broly. Okay, you gonna finish off Frieza? No, we're just gonna let him leave like a Saturday morning cartoon. It just doesn't. It feels weird.
The weird thing is the argument
it's not, it doesn't like if that was Superman, my brain would be like, okay. But it doesn't. It feels so fucking weird when it's these characters.
It's even just really inconsistent because like even though yeah there's like always been a habit of Goku turning enemies into allies, the difference is that none of those enemies were like ever that about like the worst way you can say is Piccolo, but honestly like it's always been sort of established / thought that after that Piccolo Jr. is not the same as Demon King Piccolo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they say he's the reincarnation, but he's always acted differently.
Yeah, even, like, when he came back, he didn't act the same way King Piccolo did. He enters the tournament to fight specifically Goku.
He fights fair, more or less.
Yeah. Even, like, when Krillin, like, realizes he's fucked and is like, alright, I surrender, he's like, Ah, good, you understand your place. Good, good, good.
Yeah. Whereas, you know, Demon King Piccolo probably still would have killed him.
Demon King Piccolo would have been like,
Right.
fuck this tournament, why am I even here? Destroy them all! Send out my demons!
The most evil one is Vegeta, but outside of like the filler arc where he blows up a planet, or the filler episode where he blows up a planet, like Vegeta's actual body count is pretty low.
And
right? He mostly has killed villains. Like until Namek, he hadn't killed anybody like on
and to be
screen.
fair too, even in the universe, out of the characters who basically joined their team, he's the one that everyone has a problem with. Like, Goku's the only one who advocates for him at all. Everyone else is like, this fucking guy, I don't like him.
Yeah, everybody
And
hates him.
even in the Cell Saga, no one was shy about being like, yeah, Vegeta, you are the worst. Fuck you.
But as I said, is that outside of like, well, yeah, the only people that Vegeta has ever really killed in like canon is villains. Like Nappa did all that. Like, I'm not saying he wouldn't have killed the people if he had the chance.
Oh, he
but
would have. He
Nappa-
just didn't get the shot in.
But Nappa did most of the work. So yeah, like even the most egregious example.
The most killing he did on screen that isn't filler would be the Namekians.
Yeah, but they all came back, so it's fine.
Like, he ran fade on Namek in general.
Yeah, but they came back, it's fine. What's a little murder between friends? But I mean, it's still the fact that Vegeta was like very willing to...
Vegeta also, to be fair, too, what also makes it worse is that Vegeta in that same movie is like, you let Frieza come back, you fucking idiot. And like, he's very pissed that Frieza's alive again. And
Frieza killed him.
And then there's not even like any kind of struggle in the fusion or a defusion sort of situation. It's like, no, I guess Goku just has that much power. Where it's like, no, we're not gonna kill Frieza. Lol. Like, what do you fucking mean?
But yeah, like Frieza's done like so much stuff. Like even not counting like the whole all the species he's ruled over and tormented. He's just like done. The killing of Krillin was just done purely out of spite. Like he did that just to hurt Goku.
Yeah, he was literally Frieza in that moment. If in the scenario where let's say Goku doesn't get Super Saiyan and can't beat him, he was gonna kill everybody around Goku and then Goku.
Yeah,
that was his idea, because he wanted to make it. He wanted to make his last moments the worst.
Yeah, so it's like, and even at the very end when Goku's like, "Fine, I'll give you some energy. Just don't hurt anyone." The immediate thing he does is try to kill him.
Yeah,
like. Frieza is incredibly irredeemable, and that's great in that
Hell,
story.
actually, in Cell Saga, he was the one telling Gohan to just fucking kill Cell when Gohan was fucking around because he was being psychotic in that moment.
Stop being nice to Cell. He's evil.
Oh, he
Cell
wasn't even nice. He was like, I want to make him suffer.
Yeah.
He's like, Gohan, finish him off. Nah. I'm pissed. I want to make this go along a bit.
The plan worked too well, Goku.
But
yeah, it's just the fact that all of these of all the villains, like Frieza's clearly like the worst one, just in terms of pure villainy. Because like
even counting Cell, like Cell isn't even as bad comparatively.
Well, yeah, like Cell's kill count is pretty low, but also Cell is just more of the I just want to fight someone good. I want to fight to actually prove myself.
You could make a storyline of like a of Cell joining them, and it would make sense. It would just be a matter of working on the fact that he wants to fight strong guys and prove his perfection. Like, it wouldn't be hard to go with the idea of him being like, so I'm not perfect, and after all, I will have to become even more perfect. Like, like that kind of shit.
And even like Boo, who absolutely has like the highest kill count of any Dragon Ball villain.
Oh, easily, yeah.
But like the difference with Boo is like it's never actually portrayed as like a sense of maliciousness. Even with Kid Boo, the whole point is it's just like basically this raw child like
he's literally a child.
Of, like,
yeah, he's a child with too much power and no moral and no like person to guide him morally at the time.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, Frieza is like actively chooses to be the worst piece of shit ever.
Yeah.
And
enjoys it. He loves it.
Yeah, has no redeeming features. I mean, hell, even Cell, you can say, Well, Cell gave people a lot more chances than he should. Than he realistically should have.
Like basically, when he got perfect form, he essentially had won at that point, and could have easily killed them. But it was like, wait a minute, how did you guys get this much stronger in that short of time? I'm really curious. Explain to me. It's like, wait. So you're telling me if I give you more time, you could get stronger? Possibly. I want to see that.
But I mean, but to put it in perspective, like if Vegeta had have hit with the final flash, and I'm pretty sure it was confirmed by Toriyama, that would have killed Cell. If that had been a direct hit, that would have killed him. So even though
Cell had to move because Cell was gonna take it, and then he moved a little bit at the last second so he wouldn't fucking die.
And even then, he was still like this guy's technically still a threat to me.
So he was like, okay, alright, so that was a threat. I mean, I'm still winning. I won this, and I've literally won at this point. But they can get stronger, and I really want to see that.
Yeah. So obviously, Cell villain, but still had like
you
stuff
can make like essentially a Vegeta 2 out of that, where he just like shows up. And he's like, I still have use for these people in my quest for perfection. Get out of my way, die. That kind of shit.
So,
where Frieza is just like, why are you here?
The worst part is that unlike say the obvious parallels like Batman and Joker, is Goku doesn't have a no-kill rule.
No.
Goku kills a lot of people.
Does he go for the kill at first all the time? No. But will he kill people? Oh hell yeah, he will.
So yeah, you're like, when does Frieza get to live?
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense.
You promised him he could be resurrected. He's been resurrected. Nothing stops you from just killing him now. Well, I mean, now he's too strong, but Yeah,
and now he can just one-shot you. I know the manga implied that at the moment Beast Gohan is stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku, which is wild, and I kind of love that. But that's because I'm a Gohan fan.
Yeah, well, it won't last.
And it won't.
Once it comes back, Ultra Instinct 2.
Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Instinct.
Oh god, we actually might get that Super Saiyan 5 concept.
You know he's gonna fucking... Man, when Frieza sees that, the new slurs he's going to invent! It's gonna be like the fucking, Yakko singing the fucking Nations of the World, but with slurs.
We've got to keep a lookout. The MCP isn't just let us waltz in.
Yakko would drop a slur, I feel.
I don't know about Yakko, but the director in that the director man who owns the Warner lot definitely would.
I mean, no doubt he has said slurs.
Most likely.
Almost as problematic as Donald.
Donald will swear every day that he said Mallard.
I swear, but
he swears all right.
Just, I still love the mental image of Donald Duck doing the Randy Marsh Jeopardy sort of. Name a group of people who annoy you.
Just fade in a picture of Daffy Duck.
Hold on, I gotta find if there's a gif of Donald sweating.
There's gotta be. As he remembers his meeting with HR.
Oh, you found the perfect gif!
Let me see this, hold on. Oh, fuck.
Donald when he's asked about people he doesn't like. You know what? I don't know, I want to, but I'm not sure I should say it.
HR told me I can't say that anymore. God, these purple guys are annoying.
Are you doing the
the part with the elevator where it's weighted. I got it. I failed it the first time, but I got it that time. I used better management of using the reaction command in my Valor form to do it.
Nice. Well, time to fight Sark.
Sock.
Sark.
Sock. What about Blow? Oh, so that took a little bit longer, so I'll probably not fuck around with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Sorry, Pooh Bear.
And then we'll talk about our shit after stream.
The MCP is
Oh. God, I still can't wait for Rise of Ronin. But yeah, Rise of Ronin comes out next week. I'm looking forward to that fucking. Well, it comes out on PC because it was on PlayStation 5 as an exclusive.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention I did finish Daybreak 2 today actually.
Nice. I've also still been playing Visions of Mana, which is really good. I really like that game. Oh yeah, actually wait, a bit of good news, especially after everything we were talking about the start of the stream. The lead and a number of the devs who worked on that game have formed their own independent studio.
That's good. I hope they make something that does super well.
Same here. I saw the announcement. I saw like the lead on Twitter, and I was like, hey, I basically said like I'm really happy to hear it. I was sad that basically blah blah blah, and mentioned that I started playing the game. And he thanked me for playing the game and shit like that. But yeah, no, I'm very happy to see it. They're back. And it's NetEase shooting them literally when the fucking game released is so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's NetEase for you.
Yep.
But yeah, Daybreak 2, I don't know, it's super weird, because it's like... Well, like, Trails in the Sky 1 and 2 were... I mean, we've said before, were one game that got divided into two because it was just too big.
Yeah. Just like,
Steel,
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
And Cold Steel 1 and 2 is kind of in the same boat. I mean, I think it was intended they'd be two games from the start, but it's very clearly, like, what Cold Steel 1 ends in a way that leads directly into Cold Steel 2, so they effectively continue on from each other. And same with, like, Cold Steel 3 and 4. So even though, like, 3 is a big, like, reset in terms of, you know... I mean, it's still following along from a lot of stuff that came up in 2. It's mostly, like, okay, brand new faces, brand new, like, a different status quo than what was in the first two games. So Daybreak 2 is so weird because there's like very little actual plot. Like it feels like a filler game. Like you know how I said before, Trials in the Sky Third is clearly a filler game.
Yeah, it's like essentially like a last hurrah for that section of the series.
Yeah, but it's also like we're working on like crossbow stuff. We're working on like the crossbow stuff, and we need more time. So here's a game that's going to be reusing a lot of assets, but you get to play as everyone. It's like, we're ending this part.
Everyone's here. Every character, pretty much every character who's playable, even the ones who weren't, are playable now. Some new characters. It's a fun little celebration essentially as while you wait for the next thing.
So yeah, Daybreak 2 feels like that because like none of the stuff that was established as like the big mysteries in the first game get addressed at all or get like any new information. Is that it's just all like following like the closest you get is like the MacGuffin you were searching for as you find is the last one is involved. The last one is like so there's 8 devices you need to collect throughout the game, which is another plot point I'm not super into because it does like make it feel very formulaic. But anyway, so the last one is like the plot of the second game, but like very little of it is actually part of the plot. I don't know, it's so weird. It just feels like they were stalling for time for the third game, and I'm like, but why? Like, all of the plot points aren't really, and mysteries aren't being addressed like at all. And then, yeah, it just feels like and just following a lot of things that just came out of nowhere for the game. And I'm like, oh, I enjoyed the game, and you know, I think Yuri Lowenthal's like. Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal in it. He plays the main villain, and he's great.
That's
you know.
That's rare. Yuri Lowenthal is a villain.
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal being a great VA, like.
Yeah, he's great.
If only, I mean, we say it's rare, as if his like one of his perhaps most famous role. Well, used to be his most famous role is him playing a villain.
Sometimes the villain, sometimes the hero, sometimes the villain.
Oh no, Sasuke is always the villain in my eyes.
I wasn't talking about our eyes, I was talking about how they're writing him.
Oh.
Which is confused.
And I think Kishimoto thinks he was the main character, but, you know, death of an author means he's wrong.
You see the thing, well, that would imply Kishimoto is an author.
I mean, he's written stuff. It's just.
I've written stuff too, but that doesn't make me an author.
I mean, he's been. I mean, okay, his work's been published.
Okay, fair enough.
So I might say he's not an author. I could just say that he had very massively fluctuating quality.
It's one of those things where I will admit that if I was probably younger when it came out, I'd probably like it more and excuse most of its glaring problems, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
I mean, I think for what it is, Naruto is like a fairly standard series. That it's like it's like one of those 6, 7 out of 10s. But the big problem with Naruto is it was the gateway for a lot of people, and like that made it like, especially in the West, like that made it like way bigger than it probably should have been, and compared to other stuff. Like, I'm not saying like, you know, its popularity isn't undeserved, because, you know, I get it. It's like, at least at the start, you know, there's fun sort of fight scenes and creative use and creative ideas. But yeah, as I said, it's like one of those things where it's like a solid 6, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's another thing that I said before, that the best fights in Naruto were the ones that didn't have Naruto or Sasuke in them. Like the ones that were the most fun to watch, most interesting. Which maybe that's because I just didn't think the leads were very interesting, but that's just, you know, how I felt on it, so I can't pretend I didn't feel otherwise.
That's fine, but I'm just saying my opinion is it's a solid enough series that otherwise
No, it's not like a bad series.
it had, but I'm just saying it had its popularity a little bit inflated because of the timing. It basically got really lucky for at least the Western market. Japanese market's always going to be a bit different to gauge, because, you know, manga was a much bigger thing already by the time, and also, you know, Naruto wasn't #1 in Japan. It was always #2, trailing behind One Piece.
Yeah. Is One Piece still #1?
I believe so. I don't think what's be matching it now that My Hero's gone.
Yeah, because My Hero is gone. Jujutsu Kaisen was never nearly as big, and it's also ending.
Yeah. And I don't know what else is like super popular.
I mean, Dandadan's pretty popular, but it's not nearly as popular.
But also, that's not weekly, and also I think it's over, isn't it?
I don't know if it's over or not.
Like, yeah, I don't think anything tops One Piece anyway.
Yeah, I think One Piece is still the big one, or it's the big one again. Yeah.
And I think it's just always been the big one since yeah, more or less since it started. But the other thing is, of course,
literally the only time it had a comp is honestly My Hero for a while, and My Hero's done.
And part of the other thing is obviously One Piece is having a big surge into Western culture now.
Yeah.
We're at the Lakers,
which is impressive considering the fact that the fucking anime, at least the original anime's pacing is really annoying. Not the manga. The manga's fine. I'm talking about the anime. Because like, there's like 3 episodes on just that dog in the buggy part, and it's really, really obnoxiously long.
Yeah, but you need to know about the dog.
Not really.
Oh, when you watch, that dog will be important.
Listen, we say that all the time about various characters, but that's not always the case.
It might be the case. I mean, honestly, considering One Piece is still going, you never know who's going to come back. I mean, hell, we're doing the fucking giant stuff now, finally. We're in Elbaf, baby!
Oh, I can't do it because I'm in negative form. Fuck.
Negative form.
Yeah. God damn it.
Good luck.
I gotta wait until this runs out before I can like really do more with this prawn fight.
On the bright side, because Sark is such a not a super aggressive boss, it's like one of the best bosses to get anti-form on.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just more annoying because I couldn't then hit the fucking AI bot man, because I had the stuff for it, but no, Tron's unconscious.
MCP.
So,
Also voiced by Corey Burton. is funny because Corey Burton got, I think it was Corey Burton got Shockwave in Transformers by doing a effectively a parody of David Warner, who was the.
Tron's unconscious now. God damn it! Tron, stop falling asleep. I need you, bro. Bro, wake the fuck up! Wake the fuck up and lock the fuck in! God damn it. Hug. I'm just gonna have to watch the paint dry now.
Don't you have any items?
There we go.
I was gonna say, don't you have like a high post or something on your? You can throw at him.
Get up, Tron. You know, I'll do it after I knock out Sock again. This is annoying. I hate bosses in games that require you to have an AI guy around. It's always annoying. Actually, the resurrection of Sonic Unleashed reminded me about one of the most annoying things about the original God of War / that game to me. The enemies that can only be killed with the QTE finale bit.
Ah, yes.
I hate that shit. Why are you doing limit? This isn't what I wanted. We're doing delete, man. Thank you, fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah, I guess I never told you that what you should realistically do. Now, it's too late now, but you should get rid of the auto limit ability on every like NPC of every like guest character, because it does shit like that. Sorry, my bad.
Eh, whatever.
Too late now because there's only one more guest character left. But he does maybe have the coolest limit, so I don't know. The next guest character, not Tron. Tron's is alright.
Ugh. This is obnoxious. Kill myself. Kill Tron.
I didn't watch the first episode. I didn't watch the first episode of the new Daredevil show.
That is annoying. I don't have any more healing stuff for him either. Tron, try not to fall asleep. We're at the last stretch of this fight, please.
I don't know how to feel about the new Daredevil Born Again yet. I've only really watched the first episode because I'm watching it with a friend, so time's a bit limited. But it feels. I'm not entirely sure who the show is for, because I'd have thought it's for people who like the first 3 seasons. But then also just this weird whole status quo reset with a bunch of characters who I don't know. And then also, like, they bother having Bullseye, but then Bullseye's not ever in costume and never called Bullseye. And I'm like, we'll pass this. Give that doofus his fucking target on his forehead.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, and then also I don't think you ever watched, like, the Netflix Daredevil stuff.
No, I did not. So
one
I was
of the
quiet
things
because I was locked in because I really wanted to finish this fucking thing off.
So one of the things they always did, and it was like a hallmark, was they would have like one fight scene per season that was like done in one long take, and it would be a long fight scene. You know, or at least look like it was done in one take, and it was
that was kind of a trend at the time from after the John Wick thing.
Yeah, but
not that John Wick did it first. It was a trend after that.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Daredevil might have predated the Daredevil season 1 might have predated John Wick.
I don't know, probably. But I remember, that was a trend, like in a lot of things after that.
But the point is, that was a staple. Like once per season, you have like this big long shot, or at least appears to look a long shot, like fight scene. And I don't know, they did just do it in the first episode, in like the first 10 minutes, and it's like. Also, it's lit like really badly.
Okay, fine.
And also they do this weird like Dark Knight Rises, like the Dark Knight Rises thing, where like the Dark Knight ends on like, oh, Batman's around, and then
All the users
he's
out
gonna
there,
be around doing all the hero stuff because he's the hero we need, not the one we deserve. Blah blah blah. And then Dark Knight Rises opens with, yeah, Batman's been gone for like 10 years.
you taught me what friendship is truly all about. And I'll never forget it.
And with Daredevil, it's like, oh yeah, he's
We were going to defeat the MCP and
he's
free
just
us.
been gone for over a year. So then when they do this whole, like, it's doing the whole Fisk is mayor plot. So when Fisk gets elected on like the grounds of, I'm going to stop all the vigilantes, it's like, what vigilantes? Daredevil's like
The one.
Daredevil's like the only costume vigilante. They have White Tiger, who shows up on like a TV screen for like 5 minutes, so I assume they'll show up again later in the show. But it's just weird that like the only costume vigilante who like is on the streets that we're talking about is Daredevil, and I guess briefly White Tiger. So it's not as if he's like stamping out Spider-Man. Not that I want Tom Holland to show up, but
I'm here.
Promise.
But it's also, vigilantes don't exist in the MCU in that sense. They're all like, government sanctioned, government sanctioned super soldiers.
Yeah.
So
Who sometimes throw hissy fits.
feels weird to be doing that.
With that setting specifically.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, but you don't have the costumed vigilantes like just busting up bank robberies. Oh no, I'm gonna.
Hell, the
like,
only time there was going to be a bank robbery bust-up scene was in one of the Spider-Man things, and they cut it.
Oh no, it's in. It's just not that good.
Oh.
The only Heartless left anywhere are the
It's-
local variety.
Oh no, I remember. They cut down like most of it because there was a lot more to the scene. It was actually pretty decent. I remember now. That's what it was.
Yeah, but
You're here.
I'm gonna give it a few more episodes.
Welcome back.
I probably will give it more episodes than I gave that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, where I gave it 2 episodes and I'm like, I'm done.
Single trace of the MCP.
I have not watched it at all yet, so I can't really say shit.
Hey,
I didn't enjoy
why the
it.
long face? What happened?
I've heard very mixed things on it. I've heard some people say it's good, some people say it's bad,
And he promised
and
I'm
that's
sure,
about
I
it.
think it's good for certain people, but I'll tell you this, you'll hate it.
Greetings, friends.
But,
System is up and ready for user input.
But yeah, I can't really say much other than that because I haven't watched it. I might check it out at some point, but I really haven't had much of a desire to,
Stop that.
so I haven't. I'm still just rewatching well, I say rewatching, but I never watched the Japanese version of it, but the Japanese version of Sonic X. And I've been having fun with that.
Please stop.
I like the episode where they're on a fucking cruise ship and Sonic is losing his goddamn mind.
Yeah, only so many times you can run around the fucking deck.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
Wait, just a moment.
To where, like, the whole episode is a complete joke episode. It's great.
You can see the town back when it was first.
To be fair, Sonic X has quite, until it gets into like the actual game plots, there's quite a lot of joke episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot. Its tone is like a, in the earlier episodes, it's not too dissimilar in tone to the Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog series. Like they had one episode like getting into like where they're hinting at the adventure stuff in the future with Knuckles. There's an episode with Knuckles fucking around in China, or actually no, it's more like Hong Kong. They don't call it Hong Kong though. They don't call any of the areas where the countries that countries or continents that they're definitely on. They call them like, oh, this is literally they called it Oriental Town. Oh, this is the jungle continent, like stuff like that. And then like where Chris and them all, they just call it Station Square because of that one area in Adventure 1. They did name drop the Mystic Ruins because he meets that other treasure hunter guy in the Mystic Ruins, like stuff like that.
Why can't he go to Pumpkin Hill where he's got to find his lost feet?
Well, we're not in Adventure 2 stuff yet. They did have a whole I did see one of the episodes in the earlier parts is the King Boom Boo episode in the castle, which is funny because in one part of it you get to see Amy punch a bunch of ghosts through a goddamn wall, except for they fucking feel it because they got debuffed by the Sun Medallion thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, it's been a fun watch so far. I've been enjoying it. And I really like the Japanese theme of Sonic Drive. It's really good. All right,
it's
so
not-
go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, but it's not memed.
It's not memed, but it is a better song. It's just not a meme. So
I don't think anybody thought
So, yeah.
Gotta Go Fast was a good song.
So, yes, all the revisits are done other than going back to Twilight Town now. But I'll do that another time. Because it took way longer than I thought it was going to finish Tron up. I thought I was going to beat that way sooner, but I did not.
Well, it's done is done.
Yep,
Time to leave.
it is time to leave.